Oh goodness, it is warm and humid as... well, you get the idea. This is the garden closet that now has this drape on the back of it. And, whew. Now, there I'm about to show you something that will make a lot of you freak out. But please, don't freak out. This is actually something that only runs during the morning. And it goes off a little bit later. It's just meant to get the initial temperature in here set. And that is this little portable heater fan thing. Yeah, I know. But you know what? The humidity in here is really high. Oh, excuse me. It's okay. You know, it's going to be a good thing in here. The plants are loving it. You can see the seedlings over here. They're just going bananas. They're loving the light. They're loving the heat. They're loving the humidity. And it's actually Christmas Day here. And for Christmas, I actually got a sprout for Christmas. Let me go over there and show that to you. This is the Jimmy Nardello. I have never grown one before, and I apologize for the shaky camera, but this is the Jimmy Nardello, and it is just shot up today. I'm very happy. There is one other I need to show you, and I'm just going to move the camera over to show you over there. Come on, there we go. This little guy is the Numex Garnet. You can see it right there. This is a paprika pepper, and it looks like it's just the one sprout so far, but you know what? I don't care. I'm happy with that. That's growing. I've got a couple of other things growing that I wasn't expecting. For example, Mexican oregano. And if I am fortunate, this little bitty thing down here might actually be hoja santa. And I will be pleased as Punch Muriel if it is. The plants are just doing phenomenal in here, and a number of things are ready to be transplanted. Oh, one more thing. I just saw this. That right there is a California Wonder bell pepper. That the little guy right behind this Cuban sign, right there, that is a California Wonder bell pepper. You know, Christmas is bringing some really fun stuff, and I really cannot wait to see what happens with the rest of this. This year's sowing has really shown some wonderful things, and I am just really happy. I hope to show you more. Even the cilantro is happy. The first leaves are falling off. You can see they're turning brown, and we've got some true leaves here. That's good. The sage is oh my gosh, and the Italian basil, and you know, I am beside myself. Now I want to show you something, because I know some people have had some difficult times with this. These here are the Prax cherry tomatoes, and I know some people have been really having a difficult time with these, and I don't know what to say. Mine are taking off like wildfire. They're wonderful, and I can't wait to see them growing up. They've got nice thick stems. They're not leggy at all, and it's wonderful. So if this really is what they're supposed to do, then I guess I'm doing something right? I don't know. I know a number of other people growing these, and I really wish you the best of luck. I want to see you guys, you know, prosper with this. It's just a wonderful little chili. A chili. What am I saying? Well, they're in the same family. It's a wonderful little tomato plant so far. I was looking at a chili sign while I read that. Sorry. It's all right. You know, it makes me happy. I'm very happy about these guys growing. And some of you may also remember, let me bring you back up. This little guy is a type of an aloe plant. It was lightly painted purple at the greenhouse that it came from, but you can see it is this beautiful green with these little pricklies. They're not you know, sharp or anything like another aloe vera that we're used to, which is this right here, this wonderful grandma aloe. I need to actually harvest some of these long leaves and make gel for the first aid kit. But it's doing wonderful, and I got it in here with the humidity, with the heat. I can't believe how wonderfully warm and toasty it is in here, and humid. You know, I've got some open water containers, and the plants are humid, and I'm just thrilled. So I'm rambling on, and I'm going to let you guys go, but that's this section of the garden for now. So thank you for taking a look with me on Christmas. Hello, friends and family. This is Kim, and I am making worm food. I apologize that the shadows are a little weird. I'm going to try and fix that. The lights here in the kitchen are a little strange, and of course the cat is playing with the cord too. So welcome to my life. This is daily stuff for me. What do I have here? I have a food processor that has some worm food that I've already made. This is bananas and parts of an apple, and all that I'm doing is what I'm doing over here. I am taking an apple, and this is cool water. Well, it was cool water. This is cool water running, and I'm taking the remains of the apple, and I'm just chopping it up into this. This is banana and apple, and this is worm food. It's a little runny right now, so what I'm going to do is chop up some more apple, and I'm going to put this apple in the food processor and, you know, blend it up some more. This is a Fuji apple. It had actually had a rotten spot on it, and I could have eaten it and cleaned it up, but I didn't. I want to give the worms a little bit of a treat with an apple, and so I've been putting it in here. So really all I'm doing is I'm taking the shears. I know this isn't really the most efficient way to do it, but I'm chopping up pieces and I'm putting it in the food processor, and there's enough water in there right now that as I add more, there's going to be plenty of, this isn't really the cleanest cut, is it? There's going to be plenty of water, and there's going to be plenty of material to absorb the water and make this a thicker paste. I'll show you what I mean by that in a minute. But you know that I love my worms, and you know that I'm very, very much a supporter and a proponent, is that the right word? Someone who encourages and promotes worm castings. And I like to give my worms good food. So here we've got that other part of the apple. I'm just going to kind of shove all these little pieces in here. And pardon me, this is going to get loud, so long as my food processor cooperates. I'm going to pulse this a few times as long as the thing cooperates. Come on. You need to get down there. What this does is it helps it break up some of the chunks that are larger than get caught when it's spinning around, and helps them get to all more of a uniform size. Now we've got more gushy, yucky looking brown, green sort of worm food. So I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of this apple, and then I will be right back. And there we have it. We have worm food. You know, the worms will eat just about anything you put in there, and they love kitchen scraps. And I have been known to, and I know that I'm going to get a little bit of flack for this, but I have been known to put paper in their bed. I'm going to leave this in here, I think, because if I don't, I'm going to have stuff falling all over the place. But I have been known to put paper in their bed, and the reason that I do that, let's see, are we still in, yep, we're still in frame. The reason that I do that is because they need something to kind of just start off with. And don't worry, I'll clean this up later. And so I give them a little bit of shredded paper. When it comes to nutrition and wanting to have your worm castings, that's a lot better, isn't it? Wanting to have your worm castings be better quality, you want to give them quality food. And it's, it's junk in, junk out, or good in and good out. And so I'm doing this. And I've learned recently that citrus is okay for worms if you're going to have a little bit more acidity in your soil. It's not a problem, but you have to bear in mind that you're going to have acidity in your soil. Now, when you're making 5 gallons of worm castings like I am, where I have that bucket, I'll show you here in a minute, you don't have to worry quite as much about the acidity, because if at that stage I started putting oranges in here, or grapefruits or whatever, and I added this food to the 4.5, whatever it is, gallons of worm castings I've already got, not going to affect the acidity that much. But I would never put them in there directly. I am told, and I need to investigate whether this is true or not, I am told that worm castings will, that oranges and lemons and really sharp citrus can be a little harsh on the worms by itself. So I would always mix it with something like this in a higher portion of banana peels and apples and whatever else, to oranges or lemons or grapefruits or any kind of citrus, really. So let's go ahead and take this into the room where the worm casting bucket is, and we'll go from there. All right, hello everybody. We're here in the room, and we're going to feed the worms this wonderful worm slop that we made. It's ready, and the worms are going to be ready. Now, worms don't like the light. Hi, Butter. And so we're going to do this kind of quickly, but I'll show you what is going on here. We've got our tub, and we have worms. Boy, do we have worms. The worms are floating around in here, and yes, there are some whole apples in there. Here's some worms. Let's take a look. See, we've got a nice red wiggler right here, and he's just doing his thing, or they are doing their thing, or whatever. There's some small ones in there, too. I've got baby worms. Awesome. So what we're going to do is we are going to zoom in just a little bit closer, and we're going to go ahead and feed the worms. So I'm going to move some of this worm castings here to the side so I can make more of a bed. And yes, I'm doing this with my hands, and yes, there are ickies in here that you probably wouldn't want to play with. There's a lot of baby worms right here. I know you can't really see it, but it is absolutely incredible, so I'm going to leave that alone. And I'm just going to make a bed for the new worm food. Now, you don't want to cover you don't want to cover it up necessarily, for at least all of it. What you want to do, you want to give them some to attract them up, and then you want to give them some so that they have some on the top. So what I'm going to do, at least this is the way I learned it. If any of you have corrections, I am more than welcome. I'm more than open to listening to them. This is just how I learned it, and it seems to have worked for me, and I'm happy about that. So let's go ahead and put some in that little area down there. We've got some there, and I'm going to put a little bit more, and then I'm going to kind of shove that around, and I'm going to put a little bit more on the top so they have a little bit more to come and get. Call it weird, call it whatever, but this method has worked for me, and the worms seem to love it. Yes, there are whole apple cores and other pieces of stuff. This is onion paper, and it's going to go away. But all in all, the worms seem to love this, the way that I'm doing things, so I'm going to keep doing it. You saw the baby worms, you saw that there are other worms, and I'm really happy about that. And the fact that I can use these worm castings as fertilizer has got me set for life. So come here, Butter, come take a look. Come here. Come here, baby. Come see. You want to come see? Oh, okay, you can go hide on the bed. That's fine, too. Anyway, sometimes he likes to see what I'm doing in the buckets, and sometimes he doesn't. But yeah, the worms, I'm just really, really happy that I've got this high-quality stuff. I mean, this is really good stuff. And, you know, it's stuff that I use to mix in. Now, I do, to be fair, I do mix in some composted cow manure as well when I mix this in, just because I like the balance that it gives, and my plants seem to like it. But when it comes to worms, this is what I feed them, and they love it, and I am happy that they love it. And I am set for life with this worm composting. If I really wanted to go bananas, I could set up a whole bin, a big 18-gallon bin, and put my worms in there with a whole bunch of new food, and they're just going to keep reproducing and eating and making really high quality worm castings, and I will be pleased as punch, Muriel. So let's go ahead and cover this back up. This thing's all goopy and it's dripping on my nice bedroom floor, so there we go. That is worms. That is worm feeding, and I hope that this video has helped you out as far as learning more about worms and learning more about worm food and vermicomposting in general. Thank you for watching. For now, this is Kim, and that's going to be part of the garden, and I will see you next time.